Yes, that's us. We are live.
Hello.
Hey.
We have to come back from our dentist topic to more serious topics now. So welcome to the last week of White Summer. There's only a few more hours, I would say, for the last challenge to submit. It has been a ride so far, I would say. It's super cool to see all the submissions all the week, people building using the tools, but building also on top of what they have done so far. Maybe to start this week, because we don't have a new challenge to announce, but what is your biggest, or well, maybe Harshil, Mies, do you have any big news in terms of AI? What you've heard this week? What was surprising? What stood out? I don't know.
This week in AI. Well, Zed just announced a new protocol, which is the agent client protocol. And I think in their example, they added in the Gemini CLI, so you could use that from within the editor. I think that's exciting. And then I think on the Fiberplane front, we've been, hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett.
Hello.
We've been getting quite some feedback on people would like to debug their MCP server. So I can give you a sneak preview of what we're working on, which is bringing traces into the platform. So let's see if this works. Share a does this work? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we've got the code gen that we know and love on the left hand side, but on the right hand side you see traces that will enable you to kind of debug what's going on underneath the covers in your MCP tool calls, which is quite convenient.
So I guess it allows you to see what the MCP server responds in raw, and then you can also see if the answer you get is something the LLM maybe have made up or really comes from your MCP response.
It's basically, request response, and you can then go underneath the covers to see what actually happened with the tool call.
And compute cost. If you, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nice.
So is it? I'm just gonna ask a question around this because I'm like doing a lot of MCP stuff. So is it like, can I think of it as an MCP inspector within CodeGen?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Harshil, I know a lot is going on with AI and Cloudflare because it's officially AI week at Cloudflare. Anything?
You have a lot of weeks going on. You've got Dev Week, right? It's Birthday Week, AI Week.
Birthday week is coming in September. Just FYI. But yeah, I mean the company loves to do like innovation weeks, and they've been doing it for years. And this week it's like an AI week where we have announced a bunch of cool stuff around AI. But it's not just for developers. It's also like keeping in mind the security aspect of AI. Because I don't know how much people follow the AI news, like the negative side of AI, but there are like different ways people find out, like poison your MCP servers, or either like like do prompt injection and stuff like that, and try to misuse the AI tools out there. So one of the major themes of this week is to like provide tools to people so that they can have your secure AI tools out there. And because Cloudflare is used by like almost everyone out there now, I like to think about it in two different ways. If you are a builder, you can build like safer AI tools for your users. But if you are an organization who wants your employees to have access to AI tools, we have got that features as well. So you can make sure that people are using the AI tools correctly, and also the AI is responding in a better way. So like that's just a small gist. for me, I'm personally excited about today because today is like the developer day of the AI week. So we have made a bunch of announcements. I still haven't gone through them, so I would not speak about all of them. But one thing that I looked into just before this live stream was new models that are now available on Workers AI. So there are two models for image generation, which are in collaboration with Leonardo.ai, who does a lot of image generation. And I think these models are built from scratch by them. And there is text to speech and speech to text models by DeepGram. So DeepGram has been been in the industry doing this for a while. So we're like happy to have those models on Workers AI as well. So this is like just my brief understanding of what we have done so far. There's still 2 more days to go, so still a lot of things coming up.
Nice. And Brett, you joined the game late, but you also get the question, and I don't know if you want to answer. Well, it's like, what is the biggest news in AI for you this week? So is there anything on the internet that got your attention?
Well, I don't know this week. Well, there was the MCP Zero Trust from Cloudflare that got on my radar. So it's basically like a proxy MCP server, kind of. That like proxies all requests through it, and then you can, if you're an enterprise, you can kind of like put some usage rules, approval rules on top of that, which I think our head was at there as well. Of like, okay, how do you lock down the MCP servers that are used inside an organization, etc. So I thought that was pretty cool. From last week, I think it was last week. I feel like we had some interesting model drops in the open source arena, but I've not tried any of them out, and I'm gonna blank if I try to pull them out of a hat at last minute.
I mean, I wanted to say, I think the model, I opened my Twitter today, and I think maybe the model was released earlier, but is there something from Google called Banana or something like that, like for photo generation? And it's very
good. What was the thing? Banana.
I think the code name is Nano Banana, and the officially it's like Gemini 2.5 Flash image preview.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Our colleague Lau, who's not here today, was touring around with that. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I'd say it's the MCP Zero Trust MCP kind of takes the cake for this week.
Nice. Should we dive into the Elevenlabs challenges or the submissions that we got, because we've got really cool projects again, and it's very hard for us to pick. I feel it's getting harder and harder every week, because also people have used those tools now and know what they are doing, and it feels like they are all getting very close, but to each other. So sometimes it's hard to determine even one person. I'm going to share my screen. And maybe we can start with, I think that was one of the projects that got our attention. It was a simple MCP server with only one tool. It's search and summarize. But also gives an audio, like an audio file, get a gist, MCP specification. And maybe if we now go to the Elevenlabs agent, it uses here the MCP server that was generated by CodeGen, has the same URL here, connected. That's what he or they are showing here. And then you can start asking the Elevenlabs agent questions, and it will leverage the MCP server that runs on, or that has been code-generated by Fiberplane and runs on Cloudflare. And I think there's one. Well, I mean, I also learned more about startups in India based on this, because I think that was the latest startup news from India, which was handy. And then if we go a little bit further, well, I don't know where, but it's also like connected to your phone. So you can basically, the agent can call you and you can talk with the agent on the phone. I think that was quite funny to see. Any thoughts on this? Like Mies, Harshil, you also saw those projects. Any takes?
I have been trying to build conversational AI in my free time, and I would say doing this with Elevenlabs is quite easier than like trying to build something from scratch. Just trying to use the API, because if you have to like work with WebSockets, you have to pass on the data by yourself, so that's very complicated. So I love this about Elevenlabs. But coming to the project, I love the idea, and I think they also mentioned that the reason of having the phone call in there is to like make it more accessible. So let's just say you are somewhere where you don't have internet access, you can just call that number and like try to get the information. So I like that idea over here.
Nice. Yeah, and then
Yeah, I think super cool.
Mies, you want to add? Sorry, I didn't.
No, I just said like, yeah, it's super cool. It's well done.
I will say I like that this was a single tool, right?
Yes.
I love that. Extra points for minimal tool count. I think it's been pretty well demonstrated that too many tools will confuse your agent or your MCP client. So keep it simple. One tool. I like it.
Nice. And then, yeah, I think we saw another project, and that's something that we like seeing, that we were not expecting. This is project that used all the tools we have used before. So meaning we have here a project that uses, oh wait, maybe I have to go back a little bit. It uses the N8N cloud from last week's challenge. So it still has a project here, and now it's connecting Elevenlabs to that project, and use the webhook actually. So the webhook in N8N now gets called by Elevenlabs, and then it will determine the calendar. And what I like personally around it is that people keep exploring the tools, and it's not like, oh, I use it for week 1 and then I throw it away, but they really try to integrate with stuff that they have. And I think that's also part of being creative and doing things, or exploring more the tools and the usage. Any thoughts on an N8N and Elevenlabs integration here?
Okay, I don't see anyone unmuting themselves. I'm just gonna go ahead. But I like this idea. I like often see people asking, like, hey, can I have like a bot or something that people can call and like book appointments for me? So I think this is like a real world, like a scenario which anyone can now use out of the box. And to me also, it feels like it's quite easy and simple to, just build this or just use this out of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
we got a preview. No, go.
No, Brad. Sorry.
I was going to say we got a preview of this in the Discord, and it was met with pretty universal praise. Just very novel. Just the fact that it worked so quickly and effectively was pretty awesome.
Yes, and then we have a last project that is also like working on top of what we've done so far. So I think they built it first of MCP fact checker. So the idea is that you can hand in a fact and it will determine if it's correct or not. Here is the N8N workflow. Oops, that was quick, but it uses the MCP client here, and also now uses Elevenlabs as a webhook to talk to the AI agent, and then determining the facts. And I think that was really cool, because that is really outlining all 3 tools from all the weeks now together. I think there was a question, or the question will come in a moment, or has been there already. Well, that's the connection to the MCP server that we see here. And then I don't know how the audio would come, but I think the question is something around Bitcoins, and if they have dropped around, I don't know, under a certain value in this year. Maybe I can.
I will say I do love this person's YouTube name in the bottom left. It's sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Good spot.
I do like that some of the submissions people have been building up, from all the previous challenges and products. services that came along the way during Vibe Summer.
Yeah, and here actually we can see that the fact checker was called as a workflow. I don't know, the tools has been called, and then I think they are doing, well, let's see. It's hard to watch it without audio and be the audio sometimes. But here you see that the workflow has gone through, and I think that is a Bitcoin price here. So the fact checker actually has checked it and then gotten back to Elevenlabs, and Elevenlabs then responds for us. But the whole thing uses all the tools, and indeed, Mies, I also think that is really great that we see everything now in this chain. Yeah, Mies, do you like to announce a lucky winner?
No, you go ahead.
I go ahead. Okay.
It's all. The floor is yours.
The floor. It's actually we like the last challenge most this time. So for the completeness of all the tools, I don't know how to pronounce the GitHub name. Brad, you mentioned already good YouTube name. Sorry, Dave, I'm afraid I can't do that. And that's their GitHub handle. And congratulations, you won the Elevenlabs challenge. Yo! We make sure that we ship some AirPods your direction. And with that, we have a winner. And people have a few more hours to build with Genomai and submit the challenge. Any last tips we have for people? Like for the last challenge, I mean, it should be around fun, I guess, but any last tips you like to give?
You've been doing quite some Gemini, Brett.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any. I said my piece last week, which is that Gemini is a very good model. I have not dug into the flashlight image yet, but that could be a very fun avenue because I think it's also cheap and fast. So that could be something if you're still not totally sure how to integrate things. That could be a new source of inspiration. But yeah, Gemini, it's fast, it's capable, it's underrated. Go build with it.
Yeah, I like to see the banana, like the new model. I don't know. Banana. Anyone else? Some last tips or?
No, it's coming to an end.
Coming to an end.
The Vibe Summer.
The many seasons of Vibe Summer.
Winter is coming.
Winter. Vibe. Well, autumn will come first.
It's also true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, next week
doesn't have a good ring to it.
Autumn.
Vibe.
Autumn.
I mean, next
Vibe
week.
Fall.
Next week, one more time, we have a challenge to evaluate, but also I just wanted to mention we have a raffle because we have people participating in all the challenges, and we raffle definitely a prize, an Amazon voucher for someone who has submitted all 4 challenges, and I'm super excited for this. And then indeed we can start thinking about winter and fall, but maybe we have one more week of summer.
One more week. That's all we get.
Cool. Thank you for joining. And with this, I would say we are at the end and we see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.